right, Popeye's here. Get your hands on your heads. Get off the bar and get on the wall.
I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game. In my book, we're going to be winners.
What made a boy deprived of love, living in instability and the harshness of military life, become one of Hollywood's legends? Gene Hackman, a man with a seemingly cold and stern demeanor, overcame countless challenges to become an icon of American cinema. From unforgettable roles in The French Connection to Unforgiven, Hackman etched the image of a versatile actor, transforming into anyone, from a cop to a criminal, from a hero to a villain. Yet behind that glamour were struggles few knew about: a childhood lacking love, a harsh military life, and even failures in marriage. Gene Hackman not only faced a broken family and severe health issues, but also endured the painful moments of having to give up his passion for acting. Let us explore his tumultuous journey, from the wounds of his childhood to his remarkable achievements, and the courageous decision to leave the spotlight to find himself again. Early life. Gene Hackman was born on January 30th, 1930, in San Bernardino, California, into a family of mixed Pennsylvania Dutch, English, and Scottish descent. His father, Eugene Ezra Hackman, worked in journalism, while his mother, Anna Lyda Elizabeth Gray Hackman, was a gentle and creative woman. However, Hackman's life was far from easy or stable. His father's job required the family to move frequently, which made Gene's childhood one of uncertainty, with constant relocations and no place to call a lasting home. When Hackman was young, the family moved to live with his maternal grandparents in Danville, Illinois. They hoped this would be a more stable period, but a tragic event occurred. A close family neighbor died in a murder-suicide. Although Hackman was still a child, he felt the horror and deep emotional impact of the incident. He once said, "I knew something terrible had happened, a testament to the scar that would never heal in his young soul." Hackman's life became even more difficult when he was just 13 years old, as his parents decided to divorce. His father left the family without an affectionate goodbye, simply waving through the car window as a cold farewell. That moment left a profound mark on Hackman's heart, making him feel empty and alone. The absence of his father's love and the feeling of abandonment shaped Hackman deeply, making him highly sensitive to human emotions, something that later became a strength, allowing him to touch the hearts of audiences through his performances. During his years living with his mother and grandparents, Hackman often turned to the local movie theater as an escape from reality. In those afternoons spent engrossed in the big screen, his passion for acting began to take root. The first time he sat in a theater was when Hackman was only 10 years old. But it was then that he knew he wanted to be an actor. The energetic performances of James Cagney became a significant source of inspiration, helping Gene nurture his dream despite the hardships and instability around him. Despite the challenges posed by his family circumstances, Hackman always found ways to cope and overcome them. He created a personal refuge in the basement of his house, a simple cardboard box that, for Gene, was a safe space where he could imagine and build his own world, away from the worries and emotional pain of life. It was in this space that Hackman began to channel his creativity and develop his emotional resilience. The hardships of Hackman's early life instilled in him a profound sensitivity and a desire to connect with others emotionally, which would later become key to his success in acting. These struggles not only shaped his character, but also served as the driving force behind his determination to pursue acting. The wounds of his childhood gave him both the empathy and the resilience needed to navigate the challenges of his chosen career. Those early experiences pushed Hackman to find meaning through acting, and despite the adversities he faced, his passion grew stronger. These formative years set the stage for Hackman's later decision to break away from the confines of his past and pursue a future where he could express himself through the art of performance. Military service. At the age of 16, Gene Hackman decided to join the United States Marine Corps by lying about his age. It was a bold decision for a teenager, but it also reflected his intense desire to escape an unstable family environment and seek a new direction in life. In the post-World War II era, the military was not only a place for discipline but also an opportunity for Hackman to explore the outside world and push beyond personal limits, thus creating new meaning for his life. Hackman was assigned as a radio operator on the battlefield, a role that required precision, discipline, and a high sense of responsibility. He was deployed to places like China, Hawaii, and Japan. During his time there, he had the opportunity to witness important historical events, including the Communist Revolution in China in 1949, when the Communist forces took control of the country. These experiences not only broadened Hackman's worldview, but also shaped his resilience, giving him a deeper understanding of struggle and determination, qualities that would later be essential for his acting career. However, Hackman's time in the military was not always smooth. With his rebellious nature and dislike for authority, Hackman was not a typical soldier. He often got into trouble with his superiors for failing to follow regulations, which led to his demotion. Hackman even admitted that he was not a good soldier, but these setbacks did not diminish the value of the lessons he learned. Facing difficulties and disappointments taught Hackman perseverance and the ability to confront adversity, ultimately making him a stronger person. After 4.5 years of service, Hackman left the Marine Corps following a serious motorcycle accident. This accident may have ended Hackman's military service early, but it also opened the door to a new chapter in his life, a chapter where he could continue pursuing his dream of becoming an actor. His years in the military not only instilled in Hackman the perseverance and strength to face challenges, but also helped him understand the value of relentless struggle, preparing him for the demanding journey ahead in the world of acting. Early career. After leaving the military, Gene Hackman returned to civilian life with a burning dream of becoming an actor, but the journey was far from easy. Determined to pursue his dream, Hackman moved to New York and began a challenging life. The glamorous city offered great opportunities, but was also a place where Hackman faced fierce competition in the entertainment industry. To pursue acting, Hackman took on various jobs, from waiting tables to working in stores, just to make ends meet. Hackman began his acting career by studying at Pasadena Playhouse, a renowned art school in California. However, he was not well regarded there. Hackman was even voted by his classmates as the least likely to succeed in his class. This bitter comment became a motivation for him to prove that he could overcome prejudice and demonstrate his true talent. It was at Pasadena Playhouse that Hackman met and befriended Dustin Hoffman, a trusted companion who would also go on to become a great Hollywood actor. In the early days, Hackman faced countless rejections. Auditions after auditions brought no favorable results, and he frequently encountered criticism about his appearance and acting abilities. But Hackman never gave up. Despite facing numerous difficulties, he persisted, taking on small roles in local theater productions and honing his craft day by day. A turning point for Gene Hackman came when he took part in small television and film productions. Hackman's first film role was a small part in Lilith, 1964, but it was his appearance in Bonnie and Clyde, 1967, that became a significant milestone, bringing his name to public attention. In the role of Buck Barrow, Clyde's brother, Hackman delivered an outstanding performance, conveying the complexity and emotions of the character in a natural and genuine way. This role earned him his first Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor, marking the beginning of a promising career and helping him step out from the shadow of supporting roles to join the ranks of Hollywood's brightest stars. Notable achievements in career. The next turning point and one of the greatest milestones in Gene Hackman's career came in 1971 when he took on the role of police officer Popeye Doyle in the film The French Connection, directed by William Friedkin. It was a tense crime film, and Hackman portrayed Popeye Doyle as not only tough, but also complex. with all the shadows and contradictions of a man whose job constantly exposed him to threats and temptations. Thanks to his powerful and profound performance, Hackman won the Academy Award for Best Actor. The French Connection was not only commercially successful, but also had a deep impact on the genre of crime and police films that followed. The role of Popeye Doyle not only cemented Hackman's talent, but also propelled him into the ranks of Hollywood's top actors, making him an icon of crime cinema. Following the success of The French Connection, Gene Hackman continued to deliver many other memorable roles. In 1974, he collaborated with director Francis Ford Coppola in the film The Conversation. The role of Harry Call, an eavesdropping specialist living in isolation and constantly haunted by his work, allowed Hackman to portray a deeply introspective and psychologically complex character. The film received an Oscar nomination for Best Picture, and Hackman's performance was highly praised by critics. The 1970s also saw Hackman starring in other classic films like Scarecrow, 1973, in which he paired with Al Pacino to tell a touching story of friendship and loneliness between two drifters. The chemistry between Hackman and Pacino brought authenticity and deep emotional weight to the film, highlighting Hackman's talent for portraying psychologically rich characters. Hackman also made a major impression with his role as Lex Luthor in Superman, 1978, where he played the villain opposing Superman. With humor and cunning, Hackman created a highly memorable Lex Luthor, becoming one of cinema's most unforgettable villains. This role demonstrated that Hackman was not only skilled in portraying complex psychological characters, but could also captivate audiences in humorous and entertaining roles. In the 1980s, Gene Hackman continued to showcase his versatility through many films of different genres. One of his most notable roles during this period was in Hoosiers, 1986, where he played Norman Dale, the basketball coach of a small high school in Indiana. This role earned Hackman a Golden Globe nomination and became one of the greatest sports films of all time, conveying messages of perseverance, faith, and the will to overcome challenges. Hackman also played a sheriff in Mississippi Burning, 1988, a film about racial discrimination cases in Mississippi. This role earned him another Oscar nomination for Best Actor and reaffirmed Hackman's ability to portray deep and socially significant roles. In 1992, Hackman teamed up with director and co-star Clint Eastwood in the film Unforgiven. It was a dark and profound Western, reflecting the brutality and consequences of violence. Hackman played Little Bill Daggett, a sheriff with many internal conflicts and sometimes ruthless decisions. His performance earned him his second Oscar, this time for Best Supporting Actor, while the film won the Oscar for Best Picture. Hackman's role in Unforgiven portrayed not only the brutality of a man in power, but also a person caught in the turmoil of authority and responsibility. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Gene Hackman continued to demonstrate his talent through notable films such as The Firm, 1993, Crimson Tide, 1995, and The Birdcage, 1996. In The Firm, a film based on John Grisham's novel, Hackman played a seasoned but mysterious lawyer, showcasing his compelling acting skills. In The Birdcage, Hackman played a conservative senator facing humorous situations when his son marries the child of a gay couple. This role demonstrated Hackman's comedic ability, highlighting his flexibility and range in portraying all kinds of characters. Hackman's final film was Welcome to Mooseport, 2004, a light comedy co-starring Ray Romano. Although it wasn't one of his most successful films, Welcome to Mooseport marked a gentle and comfortable conclusion to Hackman's illustrious film career. With more than 6 decades in the film industry, Gene Hackman has left an invaluable legacy as a symbol of perseverance, passion, and dedication to the art of acting. He succeeded in every genre, from action, drama, and crime to comedy, creating characters with unique imprints that touch the emotions of millions of viewers worldwide. Hackman was not only a talented actor but also someone who understood and explored the depths of his characters, allowing audiences to feel the authenticity and diversity of humanity. Thanks to his relentless effort and love for the craft, Gene Hackman has become a great icon of world cinema, a star that will never fade in the hearts of his fans. Personal life. Gene Hackman, an iconic figure of cinema, was known not only for his illustrious career, but also for his turbulent and tragic relationships. His personal life was like a symphony of complex melodies, with moments of happiness and agonizing pain. Throughout the dazzling years of his career, Hackman experienced 2 marriages, each bringing him profound lessons and wounds. Gene Hackman's first marriage was to Faye Maltese in 1956. Faye stood by him during the difficult early days when he was struggling to find his place in the film industry. They had 3 children together: Christopher Allen Hackman, Elizabeth Jean Hackman, and Leslie Ann Hackman. Although the early years of their marriage were filled with joy and hope, the pressure of Hackman constantly being away due to the demands of his career gradually strained their relationship. His tumultuous acting career meant he couldn't devote enough time to his family, and this created an unbridgeable gap between them. Hackman once admitted that being away from his family and unable to support his children when they needed it most left him with an irreparable sense of guilt. Eventually, the marriage between Gene and Faye ended in 1986 after 3 decades of shared ups and downs. The divorce brought Hackman not only pain, but also left a significant void in his heart regarding his role as a father. He once said, "I wish I could have been there for my children more." The regret about his family always haunted Hackman, even as he reached the pinnacle of his career. In 1991, Hackman married Betsy Arakawa, a pianist much younger than him. Betsy was not only his life partner, but also a companion who shared with Hackman the values of a simple and peaceful life. It was Betsy who brought Hackman the peace and happiness he had lost in the years before. They moved to Santa Fe, New Mexico, where they built a new life away from the spotlight and the noise of Hollywood. There, Hackman found not only tranquility, but also a passion for writing and enjoyed the simple pleasures of life. Besides his tumultuous relationships, Gene Hackman also faced many health challenges. In the later years of his career, Hackman experienced several serious heart-related issues, which forced him to retire to focus on his health. Hackman once suffered a severe heart attack in 1990, which made him reconsider his lifestyle and career. He once said that it was a warning he could not ignore, and from then on he chose a quiet life, away from the glamour of the silver screen. Hackman never forgot the pain of the decisions that caused his family to suffer. Despite his tremendous success in his career, Hackman always carried with him a sense of regret about his role as a father. The moments when he had to be away from his family to pursue film projects, the times he couldn't be present in his children's lives, all of these left a deep mark on Hackman's soul. Gene Hackman's personal life was far from perfect and was filled with challenges and pain. However, he learned to face them, overcome difficulties, and find peace in his later years. The lessons from love, family, and loss helped Hackman grow, and he carried those memories with him, not only as part of his life, but also as inspiration for his roles and the stories he told through his writing. Hackman, a man who was once the symbol of strength and resilience on screen, finally found a place of rest alongside his beloved wife. Though life was not always perfect, his journey was a testament to patience, perseverance, and an unyielding will to rise. Gene Hackman's personal life, with its upheavals and profound relationships, contributed to shaping the image of a man full of complexity, yet also deeply genuine and worthy of admiration. Retirement decision. After more than 40 years of dedication to cinema, Gene Hackman decided to step away from the spotlight in 2004. This decision came after a long period of dealing with health issues, particularly concerns related to his heart. Hackman once shared that the results of a health checkup in New York were the last straw, making him realize that his body could no longer endure the pressures of a demanding work schedule. The stress from major films, the physical demands, and the long travels made him feel that it was time to rest and take better care of himself. Hackman did not opt for a grand farewell. Instead, he quietly withdrew from the screen after completing his final film, Welcome to Mooseport. This decision was characteristic of him, simple and unassuming, contrasting with the dramatic roles he had portrayed. Hackman did not announce a final performance, but simply stopped accepting new projects. He appeared on Larry King Live and calmly announced that he would no longer be acting, making it clear that his top priority at that point was his health. Hackman's retirement was not just about bidding farewell to acting. It was also an opportunity for him to explore and pursue other passions in life. One of those passions was writing, a hobby that Hackman had nurtured for a long time but had never had enough time to pursue seriously while he was still in the entertainment business. For Hackman, writing was not only a way to channel his creative energy, but also a way to continue storytelling, something he had done so successfully on the screen. After retiring, Hackman collaborated with archaeologist Daniel Lenihan to write a series of historical novels. His first book, Wake of the Perdido Star, 1999, was well received by both readers and critics. This work told the story of dangerous and challenging sea adventures set in the early 19th century, a period for which Hackman had a particular fondness. The story was not only captivating because of its plot, but also due to Hackman's detailed portrayal of the characters and historical settings, creating a lively and authentic atmosphere. Hackman went on to release two more novels, Justice for None, 2004, and Escape from Andersonville, 2008. Hackman's works reflected his deep understanding of history and his exceptional storytelling ability. His collaboration with Lenihan brought about a harmonious blend of historical research and the creative imagination of a veteran actor, creating stories marked by Hackman's unique, heartfelt touch. In his writing process, Hackman found not only satisfaction in creating content, but also discovered a new form of art where he could work quietly, away from the pressures and attention of the media. He once shared that writing brought him the freedom and tranquility that he could not find in his acting career. It was work that allowed Hackman to control the entire story, something he loved but could never fully do while acting. Hackman's books also reflected his own life experiences, especially the inner conflicts and challenges he had faced. Through his characters, Hackman skillfully wove in his personal thoughts and emotions, adding depth to each story. It was also his way of expressing his passion for storytelling, a passion that had been deeply ingrained in him since his youth. Living in Santa Fe, New Mexico, Hackman found peace and creative inspiration from the surrounding natural landscape. He enjoyed a simple life with Betsy Arakawa, spending time cycling, writing, and occasionally participating in charitable projects. Hackman loved the tranquility and privacy of Santa Fe, where he could live authentically, free from the pressures of a famous life. Betsy was always by his side, supporting Hackman and helping him feel safe and confident in this new chapter of his life. For Hackman, stepping away from the spotlight was not an end, but a new chapter where he could slow down, enjoy life, and continue his passion for writing. He chose to keep creating and contributing in a different way, leaving behind a legacy not only on the big screen but also in the pages of heartfelt books. Hackman showed that a true artist could transcend the boundaries of one field and shine in many different ways, whether on the silver screen or through the stories penned with his talented hand. Thank you for taking the time to explore the story of Gene Hackman with us, a talented actor with a life full of ups and downs, from the challenging early days to the peak of his career and the courageous choices he made to find peace. Gene Hackman poured his heart and talent into the art of acting, and although he has chosen to step away from the screen, his legacy will forever be etched in the hearts of his fans. If this story has inspired you, please share this video with your friends who also love Gene Hackman. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to continue exploring the timeless stories of Hollywood icons you adore. See you in the next video.